sandwich friends, welcome back to the Yucky Ham Sandwich channel. I'm Yucky. Welcome back to another day in Datas with me. Currently, we are playing Dragon Age Inquisition. This morning, this comment had me giggling all over just because I thought it was hilarious. You guys are so funny. I mean, better safe than sorry, right? Who knows? Maybe Yucky will forget something. Anyways, we're finally gonna go look for Iron Bull, I promise. I'm gonna go right now so I don't get sidetracked again. With that said, let's go find Iron Bull. He is right here. Storm Coast. Oh, and then there's Warden of the Grey too. Travel. Ah, okay. Like I said last time, I would really like to take Sera, Verric. I kind of want to take Solas because Solas is my healer and he always have something interesting to say. Last time when we were in Redcliffe, I thought bringing Solas was a good idea and I didn't. But I really want to bring Blackwall too because I think Verric, Blackwall, and Sera will be a great triple. Let's try that. Doesn't hurt to try. If I don't like it, I can always change my party. Confirm.
Your worship, for what it's worth, welcome to the Storm Coast. I would have sent word sooner, but our efforts have been delayed.
Huh.
How so?
There's a group of bandits operating in the area. They know the terrain, and our small party has had trouble going up against them. Some of our soldiers went to speak with their leader. Haven't heard back, though.
That's not good. Well, things to report.
Thanks for the report, Harding.
Of course. The soldiers didn't have an exact location for the bandits, but they were starting their search farther down the beach. With all this fuss, we haven't been able to conduct a proper search for the wardens either. Well, good luck, and enjoy the sea air. I hear it's good for the soul.
It is very good for the soul. I used to live in San Francisco for about 8 years, and I have always loved walking down by the beach. Whoa, what was that? Oh great, there's dragons here! Of course. Why not?
I've news, sir.
Report?
What is it? This could help us.
Help you with what? Spider Icker? Something about spiders. Great! More spiders. I don't know why I still need fellow mare geological... Okay, let's do that. I did this 3 times. Okay, and then I need this. I do not know where to find decorated gems. I did ask you guys for advice, but you guys said that I can only find them in like dead bodies. So I haven't found any creative gems. I have lots of elf roof, just need some spider stuff, spider things. All right, with that dealt with, let's look at my map. Okay, we have to go here. The captain of Charger, a Canary warrior known as the Iron Bull, is offering aid for the Inquisition from the mercenary company, the Bull Chargers. I guess that's where we're going. I bet there's gonna be a lot of loot in this new place. I've been meaning to come here too because I know there's gonna be so much loot. I think what I'm gonna do is I will do these quests and then I'll come back here on my own and just like go around looking for like crafting stuff. And I do want some kind of advice from you guys for fighting the dragon in Hinterland. Oh god, one of those again. I'll do that later on my own. Since dragons breathe fire, would it be better if I equip some of my companions with like fire resistant stuff before I go kill the dragon? Oh, they're fighting. Oh my gosh, is that the Iron Bull? Well, let's help them then. Oh, he's cool. He's the same height as me, finally. Awesome, burn him. Let's kill all the archers. Wait, hello? Okay, let's burn these people. Think someone was behind me? Yup, he was. Verric, watch out! Let's burn him. How come no one is like attacking him? That's weird.
Chargers! Stand down!
Oh wow,
Kerm!
he's an eye patch.
How'd we do?
5 or 6 wounded, Chief. No dead.
That's what I like to hear.
I like her voice.
Let the
or
throat cutters
his voice.
finish up, then break out
Or
the
them.
casks. Damn, it's true. Oh, the Chantry must love you.
I know, right?
A Canary mercenary is the herald of Andraste. Who'd have thought?
Very fun. Love to thirst things up. I greet you, fellow Canary.
Shenadan, Sten.
Let's try to keep that to a minimum. Makes the boys twitchy.
Does it now? Look at his horns. Oh my
I assume you
god.
remember Cremisius Aclassi, my lieutenant.
I do.
Good to see you again. Throat cutters are done, Chief.
Already? Have him check again. I don't want any of those Tevinter bastards getting away. No offense, Kerm.
None taken. At least a bastard knows who his mother was. Puts him one up on you Canary, right?
So, you've seen us fight. We're expensive, but we're worth it. And I'm sure the Inquisition can afford us.
How expensive are you guys?
How much is this going to cost me exactly?
Wouldn't cost you anything personally. Unless you want to buy drinks later. Your ambassador...
love buying drinks for my
what's her
troops.
name? Josephine. We'd go through her and get the payments set up. Gold will take care of itself. Don't worry about that. All that matters is we're worth it.
That's good enough for me. You definitely seem useful.
The Chargers seem like an
Any
excellent
able
company.
body is welcome.
They are. But you're not just getting the boys. You're getting me. You need a frontline bodyguard. I'm your man. Whatever it is. Demons? Dragons? The bigger the better. And there's one other thing. Might be useful. Might piss you off. Ever hear of the Ben Hasra?
Of course I do. They're the secret police and they're the enforcer of their religion of the Qun. And my parents taught me of them. Yes?
I learned of the Ben Hasrath from my parents. They're the enforcers of the Kunari and the spies.
Yeah, that's them. Or, well, us.
Wait,
Ben
you-
Hasrath are concerned about the breach. Magic out of control like that could cause trouble everywhere. I've been ordered to join the Inquisition, get close to the people in charge, and send reports on what's happening. But I also get reports from Ben Hasrath agents all over Orlais. You sign me on, I'll share them with your people.
What? But you're a spy though. You're the secret police. And I'm a Tal-Vashoth and I'm a mage. Investigate. Why would you admit to this?
You're a Kunari spy and you just told me.
Yeah.
Whatever happened at that conclave thing, it's bad. Someone needs to get that breach closed. So whatever I am, I'm on your side.
You still could have hidden what you are.
Yeah.
From something called the Inquisition. I'd have been tipped sooner or later. Better
That's
you hear
true.
it right up front from me.
At least he's smart about that, I guess. What would you report back?
What would you send home in these reports of yours?
Yeah.
Enough to keep my superiors happy. Nothing that'll compromise your operations. The Canary want to know if they need to launch an invasion to stop the whole damn world from falling apart. You let me send word of what you're doing, it'll put some minds at ease. That's good for everyone.
Okay. We don't. What can you tell us? You're hired. Don't make me regret this. Get away from me, you spy! What can you tell us?
What's in these Ben Hasrath reports you're offering to share?
Enemy movements, suspicious activity, intriguing gossip. It's a bit of
Intriguing
everything.
gossip.
Alone they're not much, but if your spy master is worth a damn, she'll put him to good use.
She.
Liliana.
I
Right?
did a little research. Plus, I've always had a weakness for redheads.
Everybody does. What? I really want to say it just for the heck of it, but no.
All right, you're in.
Excellent. Kerm, tell the men to finish drinking on the road. The Chargers just got hired.
Woo!
What about the cuffs, Chief? We just opened them up with axes.
Find some way to seal them. You're Tevinter, right? Try blood magic.
Oh.
We'll meet you back at Haven.
What? Wait, whoa. What? I guess I could look at, the armor better, but I have no idea. Sera? Verric? And I get Iron Bull now, right? Let's see how they do. And I probably have to level him up. Let's do that now. Okay, so Iron Bull is a warrior and he is a two-handed weapon person. So what's all this? I will go to this one. He's not sword and shield. Let's do I have already read all of this just because I have it with my other two warriors. I'm just gonna go ahead and do some of that. Go down this way. This and that. This seems awesome. Earth-shaking strike. Your great blow tears open the ground with shockwave that batters enemy caught in its path. Damn. Okay, applies it all this. Woo, that's loud. And then I'll get some of this. This is useful. Okay. When you attack a target from behind, you leave them slow. Yes, and then let's do this and roll with it. You can now use roll. Oh, that's helpful. Let's add one more. Let me see. Oh, now that's good. Okay, let me look at his inventory. And Iron Bull. I don't think I have anything for him, to be honest. That is better than his. Oh, I do have something better. But his is like rare. Great axe, though. But it's so low. I'll give him the Afar for now. And then go back. Let's look at armor. Be nice to give him like a... Oh no, I think I sold my helmet that was only for Canary. I wish I have like a chest where I can put my stuff in, like in Dragon Age 2. That's quite alright right now. Whoa. Okay, what is some of my stuff? Warrior only, that's better. 92 healing Tal-Vashoth. I still have that one. Okay, not that. Here it is at all. Oh, he can. He didn't change much though, doesn't look like. I don't have a helmet for him, but I think he'll be okay for now. Awesome. Whoa, there's so much stuff around here. And then now let me look at the map. Maybe let's do another camp to get all the camp. That'd be nice. And get a rift too to see how strong he is. Cleaning house, let's go this way. It's something that I needed to do. And I'll come back for all the crafting stuff, definitely. There's a lot of ship around too. Is that their ship? Oh, read. The Qun. Long ago, the Ashatali lived in a great city by the sea. Wealth and prosperity shone upon the city like sunlight, and still its people grumbled in discontent. The Ashatali walked in the street of his home and saw that all around him were the sign of genius, a trumpet of architecture, artistic masterpiece, libraries, and concert hall. But he also saw signs of mystery: the poor, the sick, the lost, the frightened, and the hopeless. And the Ashatari asked himself, how can one people be both wise and ignorant, great and ruined, triumphant and despairing? So the Ashatari left the land of his birth, seeking out other cities and nations, looking for a people who have found wisdom enough to end hopelessness and despair. He wandered for many years through empires filled with palaces and gardens, but in every nation of the wise, the great, and the mighty, he found the forgotten, the abandoned, and the poor. Finally, he came to a vast desert, a wasteland of bare rock crawling at an empty sky, where he took shelter in a shadow of a towering rock and resolved to meditate until he found his answer or perished. Many days passed until one night, as he gazed out from the shadow of the rocks, he saw the lifeless desert awakened. 100,000 lotuses hatched from the barren ground, and as one, they turned south a single wave of moving earth. The Ashatari rose and followed in their wake, a path of devastation miles wide. The once verdant land turned to waste, and the Ashatari eyes were opened. Existence is a choice. There is no chaos in the world, only complexity. Knowledge of the complex is wisdom. From wisdom of the world comes wisdom of the self. Mastery of the self is mastery of the world. Loss of the self is the source of suffering. Suffering is a choice, and we can refuse it. It is in our own power to create the world or destroy it. And the Ashatari went forth to his people. I think the Ashatari meant well when he curated the Cocoon, because there's the wealthy and the poor and the unbalanced, and I can understand why he created Cocoon, so people that are lost, who are forgotten, who are hopeless, have purpose. Oh, let me level him up again. I saw that Iron Bull needs to be leveled up. I don't know why. Let's do this one because I do like this. Let me see what he has now. I think he's gonna be pretty strong, guys. Can't wait to meet some enemies. Blood Lotus. I need to go back to Haven to get some research done for like potions and stuff. Okay, there's a little cave over there. I'll investigate over there a little later. I feel like there's something there, but let's go where I need to go first. Advance to the rendezvous point. Come on, let's go. I guess I can take my horse too, but I realize when you get on a horse, you missed out like some great conversations. So usually I just end up walking everywhere. There's a house there. Don't fall.
Those must be the bandits Harding mentioned.
Oh. They don't seem harmless. They're not even paying attention. Let's burn them. Boom! Oh! Nope. I can't see! Oh, there's another one. Burn him. There you go. Burn him some more. Dang, Iron Bull strong. Cool. Let me go in the house.
These must be the missing soldiers.
Oh, they're all dead.
Shit.
Bandits note. These notes were found near murdered Inquisition soldiers. The paper is not crumbled or torn, as though it were left behind instead of dropped. They're attempting to set themselves up along the shore, and we have orders. We are the sword and not the hand that wields it. You taught me that. If they are worthy, let them come with the Mercy's crest, and the blades of the Hessarian will listen. You will only get yourself cast out, or worse.
Our men were murdered by a group called the Blades of Hessarian.
If you're interested, it looks like we can challenge their leader.
Right. Blades and their challenges. Biggest sword wins.
I think Iron Bull has the biggest sword. Alright. Look at the map.
It looks like the bandits are camped further along the beach.
Okay, cool. Is that it?
Sera, I had a thought. The next time we run into a line of enemies, I'll pick you up and throw you.
Get off.
No, this could work. I loft you over the front ranks. You land behind them to flank. Mayhem ensues.
I can't fly, you daft tit.
Think of the mayhem, Sera. Mayhem.
Mayhem, yes!
Something fierce.
Look, you and Verric are the only ones small enough, and he's pretty dense. Ouch.
We'll do some bloody presses.
Oh, this is great! Fantastic! I live for dialogues. Oh man, Iron Bull is funny! Now, Iron Bull with Blackwall, and maybe Verric would be a good pair too. There's a lot of funny characters in games. Wait, what? I already got this. Okay, it was still shining. I like Vivienne, but sometimes she's kind of serious. There's people there. Let's kill it. Let's do mayhem. Oh, we could have gone up here and like destroy people. That's alright. Wait, what? Oh. I'm not worrying about crafting yet. I'll do that on my own later. Here? I think we got all we needed to get. But I think there's someone over on that side. And then we need to go here. Yes? Yes. Well, let's go over there and check out why those people are walking down, up and down the hill. They're enemies, right? They have big freaking shields. Throw Sera, Iron Ball! There you go. Good job, guys. Cotton. I really want decorated gems! Give me decorated gems, guys. I don't need cotton. I can't get a decorated gem anywhere but dead bodies. What if you don't get any? Then what do you do? I guess nothing. Like, what can I do? Wait. Oh. Why are we hunting a nug? How do I get down there? Oh, here? So narrow. Okay. Is this in the way? You're in the way, die! Let's go down here. Oh, it looks like a camp? Oh, we must be careful now, guys. Is it on the way? Let me grab that. Let me save just in case we die. Bastard. Oh, well, let's loot them first then. And then we'll open the door. Let me see if I can get Iron Bull to wear that blue helmet. That'd be awesome. I really like Iron Bull. He's really cool. You. Can you please wear a helmet, please? Like anything. Oh, yes, he can. Well, it's something. What does he have on? 5, 6. Okay, is he still had the... Oh, this is better. There you go. There you go, sir. Alright, let's go. Let's open the door. What? Oh, they're not friendly at all. Why so aggressive, guys? Came here to talk, right? Yeah, Iron Bowl is definitely the charging kind.
I'm falling back!
Oh my god, he stabbed him into the ground. Right there. Burn, baby burn. Okay, I think that's it. They're all dead, right? Oh, he's still alive. Clearing house. It's cleared. That's the only thing it sucks not having Solas. It's like I have nobody to heal me. Ooh, 1 power. Awesome. Is that it? We just came here to kill people? Oh, okay. There's something to read. Canary Blade. I saw that. Ooh, by Verric. Heart In Hightown Chapter 2, Magistrate Dunwall Butler had the air of a man who had never risen before dawn in his life. He stared down his nose at Donan Benefikic and his partner, Javelin, as if he was some lofty balcony above them instead of standing in a parlor in his dressing gown. The magistrate is indisposed. This can wait until a reasonable hour. He gestured for a guard to seat himself out. The magistrate is dead, Donan corrected him. Wake the household. The butler left. Javelin shipped uneasy in his new armor. Shouldn't the captain be here? You want to go back to the barracks? Be my guest, Donan said with a shrug, only half listening as he studied the collections displayed in the room. A dozen ancient swords lay nestled in display cases, protected by dust and prying fingers. He moved to lift the lid of the nearest one. Javelin started to protest, but then the door opened. She had eyes the color of the topaz and dark hair that fell across her brow like sword strokes. She strolled in the parlor with such dignified elegance that Donan didn't realize for several minutes that she was clad in a housecoat and not a ball gown. What is a housecoat? What is a housecoat? You have news about my husband. What's Seamus done this time? Forget to pay his bills at the Rose? She seated herself, indicate the guards do the same. Donna nodded at the recruit to speak up. Javelin started. No, Lady Donwell, actually. She interrupted him with a wave. Muriel, please. Lady Muriel, your husband has been murdered. Donan took over the flustered recruit. When did you see him last? Meryl stared at him, her jeweled-colored eyes wide and her voice crackled on. Murdered? Seamus. But a heartbeat, maybe two, passed, and she again became the perfect picture of a noble grace. I saw him at dinner. She answered in a tone anyone might use to comment on the weather. He left before dusk. He said he was going to play Wicked Grace with the Comte de Fer. Do you know of anyone who might want him dead? Javelin asked softly. People want the magistrate dead on principle, she gave a little worried smile. But her voice grew pained. Criminals, political rivals, even people in his district who disagree with him. She drifted off, lost in thought, and then turned to Donan, eyes blazing. A week ago, a letter came. Vague threats. I thought it was nothing, but it upset Seamus. Who sent it? Donan asked. It wasn't signed, but the seal was 6-crossed sword. I wonder what is the seal of 6-crossed sword is. I guess that's it for this place, correct? We have done everything that we needed to do to clean the houses. Oh, there's something. Oh, it's right there. Anything in here though? Nope. That's only for the dogs. Let me see what that is over there. Ooh, Amulet of Constitution. That's always good. So we found something here. The camp. Alright, let's go like close a rift and get a camp. And then I think I'm gonna head back to Haven and go back to the war table. Oh, there's something. Oh, I think that's good because I have a few points to spare for power. And maybe I can get some like I don't know. I need some more perks. Maybe I will have a perk. There's a lot of random people just walking around. Oh, they're dead already. That was fast. Oh, there's a dragon. Sigil. You have found a sigil. Sigil can be attached to an armor and give special bonuses along with unique hindrance. Awesome. Oh my god.
That's badass.
Wow, we can watch, yeah?
Let's try not to get eaten, shall we?
I love my companions, guys. What is that? Oh my god, why is that so big? Okay, let me save. Oh, I can't save. Am I under attack? Oh, we can kill it. Oh, oh! It's a giant? Ah! Oh my god, but... Holy crap, it killed me. I forgot to save again. I think it knows where I'm at. Oh my god. Let me burn him. He is pretty strong. I don't know if I can kill him. Oh! Oh no 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 no! Come on come on come on come on! Mana mana mana! Oh god! Woo! I drink my potion. Oh my god! There's like people there too. Let me do that. He's almost dead. And then burn him again. Oh, Jesus. What you want, bro? Sorry, kill. Try to take my kill. Whoa, that's really awesome, but still no decorative gem though. Darn it. That is awesome. We killed the giant. Earlier when I was trying, I got super excited and I didn't know his stone can just one kill me. And I didn't save, and I saved at where the camp was, so I have to go all the way back. I should save now. That was really cool to see the giant fighting the friggin' dragon though. That was insane. Hey everybody, can you guys all like, oh, they all up. Can you guys all be full health since we're fighting a, I think Verric is fine. Yeah, fighting a rift. See if we can do it. I still like having Solas with me. We'll see. Oh, I can just jump up. Oh. Ah! Let's do... yeah, like that. Wait, what happened to my thing? Oh, whoops. I didn't mean to do that. Okay, and then... fire. Awesome. That took care of that. Alright, yeah, we're gonna cap another wave. And before they get distracted, let's close the roof again. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, let me have it. Yes! Haha. We're too late! Let me move. I felt lucky. They're distracted, they're distracted. Don't look at me, don't look at me. Oh. Are we good? Close the rift? Yeah, there we go. We are a good team, guys. Okay, can I grab? Oh, I thought this was a camp. No, this was just a rift. Alright. We're good? We're good here? Alright, let's grab a camp. Oh, what is this? What's over here? And then we'll go over here. And I think we should be good. And then we can go back to Haven. And look at some stuff that I need to upgrade. I think having a better whatchamacallit, merchants, oh my goodness, can't think of words, would be good, so I can get like rare weapons or armor. Am I going around? What am I doing? Why am I doing this? There's the cave. What's in here? Curious. Hello? Oh my gosh. Ooh, I need spider things. This might be a good cave for spiders. Yep. I don't think I need that. It's dead. Okay. Let me light it up. It's so dark in here. Let's grab that. Let's loot this too. I have 1 of 5. Awesome. Bunch of shields. It's so dark. Oh, light. Oh, there's lizard things. Deep stalkers. It's been a while since I've seen them. I've seen them like in a deep roads last time. I think it was like Dragon Age Origins. It's been a while. I don't know where I'm going. I think it's right here. Nope. I don't know. Sorry guys, this might be so dark for you. Wait. How did I die? Hello? I don't know how I died. How did I came back alive? What is happening? Light up. I have no idea how I died. Is there anything around? Oh, let's grab that. Well. My bad. I just fell. Die, spider! Okay. Is there another lamp around here? Oh, there it is. Light it up, light it up! Shocked. Alright, cool. Do I have 5 now? Dang it. Only 2. It's so hard.
Dwarves are weird.
No argument here.
Why are you doing this wrong?
She wants an argument. Oh! Did we find another tag? Or a tag? What is this? I guess this used to be a some sort of tag or something. I don't know. A small grove. We found a camping place. That's what I was looking for. So I don't have to walk all the way back here.
Not a bad spot to camp.
Nope. There we are. All right, let's go back to Haven.
Nothing to report, sir.
So after the incidents in Red Cliff, I would kind of want to catch up with everybody to see if anyone have anything to say or add. So let's go do that. Cassandra. Oh, new dialogue.
And what are we supposed to do, exactly?
What you always do. Complain.
We've already
that's not
spoken with
helpful.
Commander Cullen. No one listens. We want better quarters. We want the Templars kept at a distance. And some respect for...
This is not the Circle. You mages are our allies, not our wards. Act like it.
How are we supposed to...
Deal with it.
Cassandra's not having it. How can I help?
It never ends, evidently.
Ah, that's the truth.
You don't need to tell me that.
Yep.
I just don't know who told them I'm the one to yell at.
Is it that bad?
The mages are here as equals. They need to get used to what that means. It is your doing, after all. You created this alliance.
I really hope it'll work out in some way.
Well, I hope it works. What other choice do we have?
Oh, I do sound like I'm blaming you, don't I? I don't disapprove. In fact, You did well. You made a decision
Aw,
when it needed to
Cassandra.
be made. And here we are. I wish I could say this was my doing.
Gosh, be nice to romance Cassandra. You got us here, really?
We wouldn't be here at all if you hadn't stood up against the Chantry.
Yep. It's
You're
not just
being
me.
kind.
You're discounting your role in this.
Yes.
Let's close the breach. Then we can say how successful I was.
Nobody wins alone. Come on, Cassandra. Give yourself some credit, man. There won't be there really won't be Inquisition without her. Where's Cullen? Hello, Cullen.
The mages are ready to approach the breach. I pray this will be enough to close it.
Do you and I have a problem?
You weren't happy with how I brought in the mages. Do you have a problem with me as well?
Of course not. I have no intention of endangering your alliance, but I must ensure the safety of those here. That
Of course.
concern extends to the mages. They are putting themselves at risk for the Inquisition, as are you. Any precautions taken are meant to aid you, nothing more. I hope you will accept them as such.
I can respect that. Investigate. Tell me about the Templar's life.
I'd like to know more about the Templars.
What would you like to know?
Why did you become a Templar?
Why did you join the Order?
I could think of no better calling than to protect those in need. I used to beg the Templars at our local chantry to teach me. At first, they merely humored me. I must have shown promise, or at least a willingness to learn. The Knight Captain spoke to my parents on my behalf. They agreed to send me for training. I was 13 when I left home.
I mean, look at you now.
13. That's still so young.
I wasn't the youngest there. Some children are promised to the Order at infancy. Still, I
infancy?
didn't take on full responsibilities until I was 18. The Order sees you trained and educated first.
What about your family?
And what about your family? Did you miss them?
Of course. But there were many my age who felt the same. We learned to look out for one another.
That's good. What do the Templars do, we all know?
Do the Templars do anything besides hunt mages?
Templars protect against the dangers of magic. Before the Order left the Chantry, that meant serving in a circle. They were also tasked with tracking apostates or fighting demons inevitably summoned by the weak or malicious.
What do you think of the mages?
You've made it clear that you consider mages a threat.
Any mage can be. I won't pretend otherwise.
Right.
I've seen the suffering
That's
magic
fair.
can inflict. I've treated mages with distrust because of it, at times without cause. That was unworthy of me. I will try not to do so. Not that I want mages moving through our base completely unchecked. We need safeguards in place to protect people, including mages, from possession, at least.
I can agree to that. Have you lived in a circle?
You've lived in the Circle. What was a typical day for a Templar
Oh,
there?
we lived in... Okay.
Typical. The last time I was in a circle was right before it fell apart. Nothing was typical.
Oh my
Before
gosh,
that,
right?
then.
He was there.
Certain rituals require a full guard. A mage's howling, for instance. I've attended a few. Most of the time, you merely maintain a presence, on patrol or in the circle, ready to respond if needed. Mages pretend to ignore that presence, but they're watching you just as closely.
Do you not speak to the mages?
Do Templars and mages never speak to each other?
That sounds kind of sad.
But Templars are supposed to maintain a certain distance from their charges. If a mage is possessed or uses blood magic, you must act quickly, without hesitation. Your judgment cannot be clouded. Of course, ignoring one another does nothing to foster understanding.
True, very true. How are the Templar trained?
What does Templar training involve?
There is weapon and combat training. Even without their abilities, Templars are among the best warriors in Thedas. Initiates must also memorize portions of the Chant of Light, study history, and improve their mental focus.
Did you enjoy it?
Did you enjoy your training?
I wanted to learn everything. If I was giving my life to this, I would be the best Templar I could.
You were a model student.
I wanted to be. I wasn't always successful. Watching a candle burn down while reciting the chant of transfigurations wasn't the most exciting task. And I admit, my mind sometimes wandered.
You know, some people are just built for the military life, you know? Some people just like that stuff. Tell me about their vows.
Do Templars take vows? I swear to the Maker to watch all the mages. That sort of thing.
There's a vigil first. You're meant to be at peace during that time, but your life is about to change. When it's over, you'll give yourself to a life of service. That's when you're given a filter, your first draft of lyrium.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
As Templars, we are
Valerian.
not to seek wealth or acknowledgement. Our lives belong to the Maker and the path we have chosen.
It kind of sucks that they get
all I
addicted
wanted
to
to
it
know.
most of the time.
Thank you.
Should you require anything, I'll be here.
Oh, thank you. Now, let's see if Blackwall has anything to add. Ooh, hello. Wait, why are you here? You here too?
Nice work at Redcliffe. I could help the mages learn to work with Inquisition soldiers if you like. Not that the chief has any apostates in the group.
Let's discuss Iron Bull.
I'd like to know more about the Iron Bull.
The chief. First time I met him, he saved my life. I never thought I'd work for a Canary, but he grows on you. He's not like any commander I've ever worked for. That's for damn sure.
What kind of commander is he?
How's Iron Bull as a commander?
If you know what you're doing and hold up your end, he's easy. He doesn't accept any less. If he keeps us alive, he leads from the front, and if you've an idea that'll win the fight, he listens. I've seen bands whose
I like
captains had
that.
to prove they were swinging the biggest sword. Bull isn't like that. The charges might give him more lip than you'd expect, but every one of us would lay down our lives for the big ass.
Oh, how did you end up with him?
How did a Tevinter soldier wind up in a Kunari
Yeah.
spy's mercenary company?
Of all
I wasn't a
things.
soldier at the time. I was in some trouble, trying to flee to Vinter. A tribune and his men caught me in a border town tavern. They meant to make an example of me. Bull killed them. Gave up his eye doing it. Patched me up and asked if I was looking for work. I've been putting up with his jokes ever since.
I love his jokes. He gave up his eye to save
That's
you.
how he lost the eye.
Yes. The guards had me on the tavern floor when Bull came inside and yelled for them to stop. One of them saw trouble coming and figured he'd finish me off. The guard had a flare. Bull put himself between me and the blow. The corned idiot. Didn't even know me.
Oh, Iron Bull has a good heart. A big softie. Is him being a Canary odd? I think
Is
so.
it strange to work for a Kunari?
He hasn't tried to convert us to the Qun, if that's what you're asking. Bull's charges don't care who you light a candle for, so long as your shield stays up. If he hadn't told me he was Ben Hasrath, I'd have thought he'd left that life behind.
I'm surprised he told you.
I didn't expect he'd tell you all that he was a spy.
Not the
Yeah.
whole band, but those who've been around long enough to trust. He figures most of us would find out sooner or later, and it should come from him.
Yeah.
Eyes to eye, he says.
I like
Never messed
that.
up a job. He just writes letters back home. Lots of the boys write letters back home.
We'll talk later.
Well, thank you for that information, Kerm. That was awesome.
They've got good form. Cullen's putting his Templar training to good use.
How'd you know he was Templar?
Did Cullen tell you he was a Templar? He's not wearing the armor.
He didn't have to. Might not be a Templar shield, but it's a Templar holding it. He angles the shield just a bit down. Helps direct fire or acid away, so it doesn't spray right into your face. Canary learned the same thing when we trained to fight Tevinter mages.
Yes, he is.
I'm impressed by what Cullen has accomplished with the troops.
Damn right. It takes time to build a group into a team, but he's got their loyalty. Now he just needs them to make a decent shield wall, and they'll be good to go. Biggest problem for the Inquisition right now isn't on the front line. It's at the top. You've got no leader, no Inquisitor.
I always thought that I was kind of the leader. Am I? I mean, we have the war table, we have Liliana, Cassandra, and Cullen, but we all kind of work together, like as a single unit. So I always thought that we are kind of leading. I mean, it doesn't have to be like, oh, physically point at someone and say, you are the leader. Do we need one?
The Inquisition has done all right so far without an Inquisitor.
That's because all we've needed so far is damage control, reaction. A group can handle that. Once you've sealed the breach, it's gonna be time to make decisions. Someone's gonna have to step up. Who knows? Maybe you seal the breach. The Chantry gets off its ass and all those soldiers go home and get fat.
You think?
It could happen. It won't, but it could.
I like the Iron Bull's insight. I enjoy this guy. I can't romance. There wasn't like a romance option. Maybe I can do it again. Where's Blackwall? Let me see if he has anything to add. What happened to Redcliffe?
There was never going to be an easy answer to the mage dilemma. What you
No.
did for the mages took courage. You gave them a chance. Everyone deserves
Yes,
one.
everyone
I have
deserves
to
one.
ask, what was I like in that dark future you saw?
He was heroic for sure, because at the end he sacrificed himself. He was selfless.
You fought with honor and died a hero. You did the Wardens proud.
You did.
I was worth something in the end. Thank you.
We'll talk later.
Nothing right now. Perhaps in a bit.
Honor seems to be very important to him. Let me see if I can romance him.
So, that Tevinter guy sent you into the future?
Weird, right?
Every time I think I understand magic, the rules change.
Yep.
And you're a mage, so that's saying something. Anyway, I hope our new friends have what it takes to close the breach. Damn thing gives me a headache just looking at it.
So funny.
What can I do for you?
Can I romance you? Tell me about the Ben Hessarath.
I'd like to know more about your work with the Ben Hessarath.
Ben Hessarath is actually a general term. You've got the secret police who investigate problems inside our territory. You've got the re-educators who take people with problems and fix their minds. Or make them disappear. And then you've got the spies.
So why is he not converting people to the Qun? I'm curious.
How do the re-educators work?
Well, I only know the basics. Wasn't my area. That said, keep a man awake long enough. Ask the right questions, give the right potions, and you can get him to say anything. You don't need blood magic or demons to change someone's mind. We're a lot more fragile than we'd like to believe.
I heard rumors.
My parents told me stories about what the re-educators did.
Yes, you were lucky your parents got away. The weak minds get bent into the right shape. Strong minds like yours, they'd have given you a poison called Kamek. You'd have been a polite, happy laborer for the rest of your life. And you'd have had a handler to help you eat and make sure you didn't crap your pants.
None sound like you. Are you sure you're the Canary?
None of those sound exactly like you.
Why don't you leave?
I was a special case. They sent me to Saharan because they needed someone who could fight and hunt down problems. That whole island was a sack of cats. Incursions from Tevinter, Tal-Vashoth, and native rebels fighting both sides. And in the middle, me, trying to wrangle the rebels and restore order.
Sounds difficult.
I can't imagine that was easy.
Nope. I hunted down a lot of rebels. Lost a lot of friends to the Vince, or the Fog Warriors, or the Tal-Vashoth. One day I woke up and couldn't think of a damned reason to keep doing my job. Turned myself into the re-educators.
That was brave.
Not many people would have the courage to do that.
Yeah.
I thought about letting some rebel kill me, but I couldn't give any of those bastards the satisfaction. The Ben Hessarath ordered me to go to Orlais, ostensibly as a Tal-Vashoth, and work undercover. That's how I ended up here.
Ah. It means I gotta meet you.
I'm
Yay.
glad you're here, Bull.
Me too.
If you ever need to talk more about all this, let me know.
Nah, it was a long time ago. Thanks, though. How's it going?
Let's talk about the Canary.
There are few here who know what it means to be Kunari.
You're not Canary. You're Tal-Vashoth. World of difference.
Wow, okay. Well, I'm proud of who I am.
My parents raised me to be free. I'm grateful to them.
Fine. Their call. You didn't turn into a murdering bandit, so I guess we're fine. You want to know anything about the Canary? Since we're talking about them.
What's wrong with the Tal-Vashoth?
What's your problem with Tal-Vashoth?
As Ben Hessarath, my job back home was keeping the peace, helping people live by the Qun.
Right.
Tal-Vashoth turned their back on all that, decided they'd rather live like savages. The Qun is not perfect.
It's
but
not.
At least there's some sense to it.
It was created with good intentions. But yeah, the Qun offer no choice. Like, once you're set in one thing in life, then you are that for the rest of your life. And also the Tamasaran match make people. Like, you can even pick who you love, who you fall in love with or have kids with. Well, but my parents aren't savages.
My parents weren't like that. They could live peacefully and raise me as well as any human parents could.
Well, good. They aren't the kind of Tal-Vashoth I've got a problem with, then. Look, if you're worried I'm going to attack you, don't be. I had a lifetime of fighting Tal-Vashoth. You're not the kind I hate.
What does... Wait, actually, hold on. How do they govern?
How do the Kunari rule themselves?
It's pretty simple. We've got the matriarchy, the priesthood,
Right, the
and
priesthood
the military. The
Yep.
priesthood figures out how Canary should live in theory. The matriarchy makes it work in practice. And the military keeps the Canary safe from outside threats.
Does it actually work like that? Is there much infighting?
Not like you're thinking of. People disagree, yeah, but the priests are there to solve disagreements. Here in Olay, politicking comes from people putting their own gain ahead of the gains of society. If you do that among the Qunari, the Ben Hasrath set you straight, or kill you.
Awesome. Do you not marry?
I've heard there's no marriage among the Qunari.
There is. It's just matchmaking.
Qunari love our friends like anyone does, but we don't have sex with them.
Qunari don't have sex?
Oh, we definitely have sex. They're Tamasrans who pop your cork whenever you need it.
What, really?
Seriously?
Yes. It's not a big deal like it is here. It's like, I don't know, going to see a healer. Sometimes it's this long, involved thing. It takes all day, leaves you walking funny. Other times you're in and out in 5 minutes. Thank you. See you next week.
Wow. You don't know true passion.
So you've never really made love? Connected with someone in both body and soul?
I don't know. One time they used this thing called the Sato Nerapan. It's a leather-wrapped rod on a harness. That wasn't really my soul, though. Also, there were more than 2 people.
The Qunari society is so weird. I don't know if I want to romance him now, because if he's so into the Qun, would he be able to fall in love with me though? I think it would be interesting because he's not like me. I'm a Tal-Vashoth, he's a Ben Hasrath, so having them mixed together would be interesting. Day-to-day life?
How is everyday life different for Qunari?
Depends on your job, I guess. Some are just about the same. A baker in Valroyo gets up, gets dressed, and starts work. A baker in Parvolan does the same thing. They don't care about the Empire or the Qun. Mostly they worry about breaking eggs and hope the dough rises right.
Except the baker isn't free.
It can't be exactly the same. The Qunari have no personal freedoms.
How many personal freedoms do you figure that baker in Valroyo has? Life isn't about freedom. The baker in Parvolan wonders if she'll be given enough eggs to do her work. Will they come on time? Will the kitchen workers get her bread while it's fresh, or will they come late and blame her because it's stale? Same crap in Valroyo. People are just people.
He is so interesting. This is like we're talking about life philosophy here. I can sit here all day and talk about this stuff. How is it growing up? Did they even have childhoods?
What's it
You guys
like
play?
growing up under the Qun?
The Tamasrans raise us in these units of kids all our own age. They're like teachers or chantry sisters. They also help figure out what jobs we should do. They
Right.
had me pegged for military work early on. When they learned I could hit stuff and lie, they started training me for the Ben Hasrath.
Wow. So no family.
You never knew your parents?
No, I know for you folks, that's a big deal. The Tamasrans were like our parents, though. Taught us to read, helped us go to sleep, all the parent stuff. I remember the one who helped me build things with blocks. She laughed.
Kind
when
of
I
like a
knocked
massive
everything down.
childcare center, I guess. And if they just fell on a Qun?
Do you ever think about what would happen if the Qunari conquered Orlais or Ferelden?
Some folks, like Cassandra or Cullen, would do fine if they didn't die fighting. Those two love rules. But the main
Love
is,
rules.
Vivienne's too political. Dorian's too arrogant, and Solas is just weird. They'd all end up dead. Or worse. Both Sera and Verric would mouth off until they ended up re-educated. Drugged until their minds
That's so
broke.
true.
So, to answer your question, no, I don't think about it much at all.
What does Qunari mean?
The word Qunari, does it mean what we are, the race? Or is it anyone who follows the Qun?
Depends on who you ask. Are you Qunari or Tal-Vashoth? The humans and elves who follow the Qun are the Vidathari. The Qunari who break
Right.
away from the Qun are Tal-Vashoth, deserters.
And those who predate the Qun?
What about Qunari who existed before the Qun?
The people we came from. They're called the Kassith, but we don't use
Kassith,
that word
okay.
for the race. We came south to Thedas because the Kassith were... I don't know. We had to leave. The stories aren't clear. But I don't expect they look much like us. Whatever they are.
Interesting.
See you later, Bull.
See ya.
The Iron Bull thing, thinks, Solas is weird. Everyone seems to think Solas is weird. Verric, my friend.
The Mage Rebellion joins the Inquisition. I've got to
Yes.
admit, that's a twist I didn't see coming. One thing you saw in the future worries me. I mean, it was all bad. But red lyrium and Ferelden, infecting people and growing out of them, that's bad.
That is bad.
Finding more of it really punches a hole in my red lyrium at the temple was a coincidence theory.
How fast does it spread?
How long does it take for red lyrium to grow? How fast can it spread?
It took years to infect people in Kirkwall, but no one there was actually ingesting the stuff. This Elder One managed to take the worst thing I can think of and make it worse. That's an accomplishment.
Well, we'll need to eliminate it.
We can't leave a single piece of that lyrium out in the wild.
I'm with you on that. I've got people trying to find out where the red stuff came from. I think maybe we should make that a priority. But that's enough doom and gloom. You just won a big victory for the Inquisition.
Woo!
What are you going to do to celebrate?
Have a party?
That's a good point. We should
Bring some
celebrate.
beer?
A banquet.
Wine?
Something like a banquet.
Word to Josephine, and I bet she could arrange anything. Things should be calm around here for at least the next hour. Take a moment to enjoy it. If the world's about to end, I'm sure the Seeker will let us know.
Yeah, a party would help morale, right?
Need something?
Okay, I think we already talked
Carry
all
on.
of that. Let's talk to Solas. Oh, Sarah's in here. Got. Hey, Sera.
Well, that's mages all over. So many robes, I bet all of Ferelden lost their curtains. I'll just be the other side of Haven, just in case.
Don't you like mages?
Do you have a problem with our new allies? With mages?
Because I'm
No problem
one.
with mages. You're fine, right? My problem is magic. If mages sat on their hands, everything would be fine. I mean, yay, freedom. Great for them. Over there, away from me.
Damn. Interesting. And she's an elf. Any opinions about our allies?
What do you think about the people who have gathered?
Which? The ones who do things, the ones who give orders?
What about Solas?
What about Solas?
Solas. His head's crammed up 1,000 years ago.
Verric?
Anything to say about Verric?
Verric? Too clever. Always saying something, but never saying it straight.
True. Cassandra?
Thoughts about Cassandra?
Not as buttoned up as she plays, right? Tough, though. I'd stand behind her in front of anything.
Wow, that says a lot coming from Sera. Dorian?
What about Dorian?
He's fun. Could lose a bit more to Vinta.
So we can put Sera and Dorian and Iron Bull. That'd be an interesting pair too. Triple, I mean. She doesn't really like Vivienne.
What's your opinion of Vivienne?
Too
She's a
political.
bitch, but she knows. Better.
Damn. Okay.
Thoughts on Iron Bull?
He makes me wonder about things. He's got nothing on you, but that Kuhn stuff, I don't know.
Any thoughts about Warden Blackwall?
He's too good, right?
Aww.
Like to see him out of that uniform. Not like that.
I see. My advisors?
What do you think about our Spymaster, Ambassador, and Commander?
Liliana is pretty in places. Swear I've seen her too. Or heard she used to play. But that'd be mad. Now Josephine, she's as good at humbling her kind as I am. Just with less mess. Knows her business.
She
Has
does.
to have it.
That's why she
And
is what
Cullen.
she is.
I suppose if you want a jackboot, you get a big one so you can grow into it. Nice hair.
Nice hair.
We'll talk later.
Good, right? I'll be here.
Anything
hey,
else?
You again.
Why do I keep saying that you're not fit for the Inquisition?
Is the Inquisition what you thought it would be?
Well, you're dragging people together. Suppose that's something. You're gonna need more trebuchets if you're going after the sky. Or, you know, ladders.
Ladders. Carry on.
I'll be back if I need you.
Go on.
I appreciate her honesty. Damn, her opinion on Vivienne. Wow.
So we have gained the mages. Excellent.
Yes, we have.
They should be able to seal the breach. You are certain you experienced time travel. Could it have been an illusion? A trick of the Fade?
Oh, Dorian was certain.
Dorian was sure. Impossible as it seems.
What an amazing gift. It is vital the Inquisition succeed to avoid the future you witnessed.
Did we see him there? Why would I say that? I saw you there? I want to say
I'm
that.
surprised you're not more interested in your own future.
I know enough. If that future happened, then I, and Cassandra, Cullen and the rest, failed to stop this Elder One. Speaking of which, you should ready yourself. This Elder One. You have now interfered with his plans twice. Once at the Temple of Sacred Ashes, and now again at Redcliffe. A being who aspires to godhood is unlikely to ignore such an affront.
Yeah, he's coming for me.
How can I help?
We'll talk later.
He doesn't speak much, does he? He does not approve. Where is Dorian?
I'm not saying that the veil holds no uncertainty for her.
Because I don't think I have speak with Dorian yet, and I haven't speak with Liliana for a while now.
Your open support for the mages likely earned you enemies.
Of course, I
Our agents
know.
will monitor the situation. If the most opposed can be identified, we may still turn this to our advantage.
Always looking to gain.
You're always looking for some way to benefit, aren't you? It's what I'm here for. Regardless, I applaud you for the courage to stand up for the mages.
I watched you die for me.
In Redcliffe, you sacrificed yourself so that I could return here. Of course I did. One small life in exchange for a second chance at history. I always loved a bargain.
That's very noble. Not many people just do that.
It was still a sacrifice, and still noble.
Yes.
And I would do it again.
Any update? Actually, that's the only
Anything
thing
I
I
should
haven't...
know? Altegan has returned to Redcliffe Castle and resumed his duties as Lord.
Oh,
The
good.
people are returning, slowly but surely. Unfortunately, our show of support for the mages has angered many.
Of course.
I'll leave you to your work.
He'll be okay. Once we do some good work, maybe we'll give people some good faith, and maybe they will like us again.
Blessed are the righteous.
Hello.
If Fiona and her malcontents are joining us as allies, we need to be prepared. Abominations are inevitable. Cullen doesn't have enough Templars to handle incidents. Some of the rank and file need to be trained.
I guess that's a good idea.
The last thing we need are abominations running amok.
It's good to see someone with an understanding of the situation. I'll have a word with Cullen. We are reliant on his people, absolutely. There has never been a greater threat to mages than the breach. Until it is closed, no one is safe.
You don't trust mages.
You have a low opinion of your fellow mages.
It's not so much an opinion as grasping the obvious. Magic is dangerous, just as fire is dangerous. Anyone who forgets this truth gets burned.
It's not that I don't disagree with her, but like I said, they should have their own freedom and not be sent to a tower and live their whole life in fear and judged and have no life of their own. I don't agree to that.
You're right, but Templars are a poor solution.
They are men, and all men are flawed. That some fail does not mean that none should try. The fact remains that there is no cure for an abomination except death. Someone must strike the killing blow. Who shall lower the blade if not a Templar? Tell me something. You told me that you'd see the Chantry restored. What about the Circle?
We need mages in a chantry. That's not a bad idea. Having mages in a chantry can change things, but mages should be free.
Mages should be treated like anybody else.
Greatly disapprove.
With the eyes of all your fellows upon you, watching for demons, ready to cut out your tongue. How free did you feel? Paint the cage any color you like. It is still a cage. It's something to consider, my dear. Off to another crisis, my dear. It has taken its toll on you.
Why oppose mages' freedom?
How can you possibly oppose freedom for your own people?
You live in the world, Inquisitor. You have eyes and ears. The obvious cannot have completely escaped you. The world is not made up of mages and Templars or circles and chantries. There is no us and no them. There are only people. People who must share a world which is not portioned equally among all. My own people want a larger share of the world, uncaring that they have already been granted great power.
But they didn't ask for power.
That's not their fault.
Yeah.
They can't help what they are.
We're
Wolves
born...
cannot live peacefully among sheep, no matter how much they regret being wolves. The wolves howl and claw at the fences that hold them back. Take pity and you let them loose among the lambs. And what do the sheep do? panic, and the scent of their fear drives the wolves to attack.
Well, teaching them not to fear the wolf wouldn't make any sense because a wolf eats meat.
You're taking the analogy a little far, don't you think?
No, the example doesn't do the situation justice. Every creature knows a wolf.
Right.
How do you recognize a mage? I care for the witch hunts that will come. I care for the angry mobs who string up mages on gibbets for the vultures. I care that my stupid brethren will kill and be killed by frightened people defending their families from monsters. I will stand in opposition to that, whatever you may do. Whatever is the matter this time, dear?
Tell me about the circle.
I wanted to ask you about the Circle of Magi.
Of course. What do you wish to know?
Tell me about the Templars.
You must have an opinion of the Templars after living so long in
I'm
the
so
Circle.
conflicted.
Having opinions about Templars, my dear, is exactly like having opinions about mages or Navarans or men. I have known some who were impossible to endure and some who were utterly charming. I have suffered insults at the hands of those in the armor, but no more than I endured from nobles or tradesmen in Val Royal. Personally, I have found the Templars a useful tool, skilled at keeping more unpleasant elements at bay.
Okay. I still don't understand why she doesn't want mages to be free. I mean, who wants someone to watch their whole life over their shoulders? I don't understand why they need to be confined in one place and not be able to live freely, but still have Templar watch over them. I don't understand. I don't get it.
The Inquisition supports free mages. What's next? Elves running Halamsharal? Cows milking farmers?
Okay, you disagree?
I take it you don't agree.
On the contrary, I approve. Heartily. I do wonder if you've considered what this support of yours will do. For mages in general, I mean.
Right.
The Inquisition is seen as an authority. You've given southern mages license to, well, be like mages back home.
But what's wrong with that? I don't understand. Like, maybe you guys can kind of explain to me down in the comments why it's such an issue. I did a poll. If you could learn any kind of magic, what would you want to learn? And some of you have picked blood magic. Yes, of course. There will always be curiosity and people that want to be a bad mage, an evil mage, and become Voldemorts or whatever the heck. But it's for me, it's like mages shouldn't be confined in one place. That is all. Is that terrible?
What would be wrong with that exactly?
Nothing, at first. Thing is,
First.
the Imperium was once just like the South. Templars, proper circles, all that rot. Then it changed, by inches. Not that this is reason to oppress us. Still, my homeland should be a cautionary tale, not a source of inspiration.
I'm so conflicted now. Tell me about yourself.
It occurs to me that I barely know anything about you.
Beyond my being a mage from Tevinter, you mean?
Beyond that, yes.
And beyond my being so charming and well-dressed, which is obvious to anyone.
Actually, romancing him would be fun too, just because he is a defender. Defender and the Canary don't go well together. But according to Iron Bull, I'm not a Canary. I'm a Tal-Vashoth. I'm not worthy of the word Canary. But I don't know if I can romance Iron Bull. Maybe I will save this for a little later, but let me know down in the comment if I can actually romance Iron Bull, just because he has his Qun. I don't know if I can, like, romance him at all. I want to say something nice. I don't want to be mean. It's obvious to me, yes.
I'm well aware of your finer qualities. Believe me.
Of course you are. You're a discerning and intelligent woman, after all.
Oh, thank you.
What was I talking about? Ah, yes, me.
Yes,
I am
you.
the scion of House Parvis, a product of generations of careful breeding and the repository of its hopes and dreams. Naturally, I despised it all. The lies, the scheming, the illusions of supremacy. That's Tevinter in a nutshell, isn't it?
Yes.
Needless to say, my family was not happy with my choices.
Careful breeding, what do you mean?
What did you mean by generations of careful breeding?
The great families of Tevinter don't have children. They refine traits, weed out the undesirable, and promote the rest. My mother was chosen for my father because magic runs strongly in her blood. Never mind that they loathed each other. They wanted a son who could become Archon to make House Parvis the envy of the Imperium. They got me. A cautionary tale that you should be careful what you wish for.
You don't like the Defender?
I'm getting the impression that you don't care much for your homeland.
On the contrary, I care for my homeland a great deal. There's so much potential. Sadly, we squander it. We refuse to acknowledge how far we've fallen because pretending is easier. We pretend the Canary can be beaten. We pretend that we're superior to everyone, even our own people. Not everyone feels that way.
That's true.
I don't. Sadly, we're the minority.
That's too bad. It seems like the Defender Imperium can be a great place. It's so interesting that Iron Bull, even though he's a Ben Hassarath, he has a different viewpoint. Like, he doesn't go around and converting people to the Qun. And there's him, a Defender, and doesn't agree with the politics at his homeland. All these people are very interesting. But what do you care?
It just seems... So much of what you say about the Imperium is entirely negative.
It might sound that way. For all our faults, my people have many virtues. We are laden with history and culture. Tevinter is where Thedas truly began, remember? We treasure our past and preserve it. You can walk down a side street and find nothing built during the modern ages. And despite appearances, we care deeply about everything. We have no reserve, not in war and not in love. If I truly believed my homeland was beyond all hope, I wouldn't miss it so much.
Then why not go back?
Why remain with the Inquisition? Why not go back to Tevinter?
I'm not exactly welcome back home.
Right.
Not that it matters. I'm quite accustomed to being a pariah. It adds to my charm. I can do more for Tevinter here. If the Venatori succeed, it'll set my homeland back 1,000 years. I'm sure some Magisters would disagree, but that's why we kill them.
Okay, why? Your family is angry with you?
Why would your family be upset with your choices?
Because I rejected their idyllic plan.
Right,
If
you
they
cannot
had
be an
their way,
Archon.
by now, I'd be married to some unlucky girl from a powerful family. We'd live in luxurious despair, despising each other as I waited to take my father's place in the magisterium. I declined the honor, and thus it's best I'm far from home. Less of an embarrassment that way, you see.
Interesting.
I think I've heard enough.
That's too bad. I never tire of talking about myself.
Tell me about the Imperium then.
I'd like to ask you about Tevinter.
Ah, yes. Everyone outside the Imperium always seems quite fascinated by it. Probably why
It
they
is
come up with
fascinating.
so many ridiculous tales. Flying cows over Minrathous. That's madness. All right, that one's actually true, but the cows didn't have wings. I digress. Anything in particular you wanted to know?
It's just that everything I hear about Defender is evil, is bad. Do mages truly rule there? Yes.
It seems strange that an entire empire would be ruled by mages.
Strange? Why are you less qualified to rule than some tart with a fancy crown? Actually, the fiction in the Imperium is that mages don't rule. The magisterium rules. That magisters are all mages is considered a convenient technicality.
The Magisterium.
What is the magisterium, exactly?
The upper house of the Imperial Senate, and the only part worth having a seat on. Those seats are split among the circles of magi, the chantry, and the major families. All majors now. It's odd that outside the Imperium, you use Magister like it applies to every Tevinter mage.
I mean, what are you then?
If you're not a magister, then what are you called? No special title?
I'm an Altus, which is
Altus?
almost as good as a Magister, depending on who you ask.
And an Altus is...
I've never heard of an Altus.
Upper class. Those families who trace descent from the Dreamers, the first prophets of the old gods.
Oh.
If you're a mage and you're not Altus, then you're later, lower class. If you're not a mage at all, you're Soperati. That's everyone else. We do love our fancy words.
That's so sad. So if you're not a mage at all, you're looked down upon. It's so different from Ferelden and Ole, because everyone who doesn't have magic are looked upon, and everyone that has magic is looked down upon. So what about the Archons?
I thought the Archon ruled over the Imperium.
Yeah.
Well, yes. Technically, he can overrule laws passed by the Magisterium, but that never happens. Even so, he gets to appoint new magisters, which means all the families vie madly for his favor. Thus, the Archon gets invited to all the parties. The truest path to Tevinter influence, let me tell you.
But mages do rule.
If it's a fiction, that means mages do rule then.
Yes and no. Let me put it this way. Mages do rule, but not all mages are equal. If you're not from the right family, chances are you don't do anything. Maybe you're even a slave. The idea that anyone could be a mage, however, keeps the masses placated.
Is that true?
Can anyone be a mage?
Technically, the potential runs mostly in bloodlines, but it's been known to happen. More importantly, commoners believe it can. Tevinter legend is chock full of mage heroes from humble origins. So they hold out hope. Someday my son or my son's son will be a mage. Someday. Poor sods don't realize that means he'll be a quaestor at the arse end of the 100 Pillars, at best.
Is that bad?
Being a quaestor isn't a good thing.
I imagine the average non-mage likes to think so. Counting numbers and shuffling papers all day is better than many occupations after all. If you're a second-class citizen among a pack of piranha, however, your outlook changes.
Man. Let me ask you something else.
Seems like a tough life in Defender Imperium if you're non-magical. The Imperium as a chantry.
There's an Imperial chantry, isn't there? With its own divine.
Yeah, the Black Divine.
Talk about the Black Divine, are you? If you mention him outside the Imperium, people make that face, like you're urinating in public. But yes, we do have the chantry, or a version of it. Night and day comparing it to yours.
So, is it really that different?
Not in theory. The main difference is in the whole magic is meant to serve man, not rule over him business.
Yes.
Back home, ruling the unwashed masses is serving them, for the good of the Imperium. Perhaps it started with good intentions, but these days it's academic. The circles are in command.
Right, and also in a chantry, men are the priests, not women. You have circles.
There are circles of magi in the Imperium.
We don't have dismal little mage prisons, if that's what you mean. They're academies, prestigious ones. We have Templars as well, but they don't cancel spells or whatever your Templars do. They're soldiers.
They don't use lyrium.
Ha! As if there'd be any left for them. They watch for abuse of magic, yes, but only those who are weak or who fall out of favor get dealt with. Mostly they enforce their magisterium's edicts. The chantry smiles and nods from the sidelines.
Okay, Black Divine.
Do you really call him the Black Divine?
We don't call him that, oh no. In the Imperium, he's the true divine. The woman sitting on the sunburst throne is some backwater pretender. It all stems from a disagreement over Andraste. Marvelous, isn't it?
A disagreement.
Why would they disagree over Andraste?
It's not my field of expertise, but the Imperium believes Andraste was a mortal woman, a mage. Down south, they say, no, she's the bride of the Maker, ascended to his side, divine provenance, a blah blah blah. We feel better believing Andraste was one of us. Makes executing her less damning, you see. So we elected a man as divine, the South declared war, and we've been feuding cousins ever since.
Yeah, their male is a divine. Interesting, so they see Andraste differently too. Like her background story of Andraste is different.
So, the Imperial Divine is always a man?
All the better to distinguish him from that other one, yes. Don't think there aren't a number of female magisters who bristle at that. Why can't they be divine after all? Same reason you never see a man on the sunburst throne. Because that's how it's always been done. Excellent reasoning.
Are you religious?
Do you consider yourself Andrastian?
The big question. It might surprise you that I do consider myself Andrastian. I simply do not believe in the chantry. It is a relic, whether back home or here in the south. Something from a bygone age desperately clinging to relevance. It's not an opinion that makes me popular.
Others might object, yes?
I'm not surprised. It's not an opinion you should share.
You did ask, if you recall. I'll say this. I may not believe in the chantry, but I believe in you.
In me?
Oh.
That the Maker sent you, whether through Andraste or fate. Cassandra is not wrong. You are what we needed most at the moment we needed it. That's what they will say in ages to come.
I'm surprised you think that.
You don't seem like the religious sort, to be honest.
If you define religious as sitting in a chantry and listening to a blithering hen tell you how to live, then no. If you define it as believing in the possibility that something larger than yourself exists, then yes.
Yes,
by
but
all means. The
that's
world
how
is bigger than
that's my belief.
even bigger than you. It laughs at all the things we think we know. The Maker doesn't need me to believe, but I do. The thought of no one at all watching out for us is too frightening.
I believe in a higher being myself. Like, I don't necessarily believe in a church, but I believe in a higher being.
Let me ask you something else.
So many questions.
Yes, you said you love to talk about yourself, didn't you? Could Defender be an ally?
I'm wondering if the Imperium would be a useful ally.
I'd think you'd be more concerned whether or not they'd support the Venatori. They won't. At least, not officially. They'll disavow all knowledge of dangerous cultists. Secretly, many Magisters will rejoice at the idea. And if the South falls to chaos in the meantime, all the better.
Of course, is that smart of them?
It would be in the Imperium's best interest to help. Surely it could use allies.
I think the Imperium gave up on the idea of allies a long time ago. We've been fighting the Qunari for what, 200 years off and on? It's a point of pride that we go it alone. They'll sneer at the South behind their silk handkerchiefs and say, "You've had it easy for far too long." Let's not forget that the Inquisition seems to be an arm of the Orlesian Chantry. Anathema so far as they're concerned.
But we're not?
We're not part of the Chantry. The Chantry opposed the Inquisition's formation.
You think that matters? Don't be silly. The Herald of Andraste. Your very title smacks of the Southern Chantry. You may as well be a heathen. I think they're far more frightened what you'll do if you succeed.
Ah, okay. Is blood magic common?
Just how often is blood magic used there?
Oh, not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all.
That's what any Magister would tell you. They'd be convincingly offended by the notion too. Of course, what people call blood magic here, and what we consider blood magic, are two different things.
What do you call it?
What's considered actual blood magic in Tevinter?
Blood magic isn't inherently dangerous. Using your own blood or that of a willing participant, what's the harm? The problem is that what's permitted only gets you so much power. And what if you need more? You always need more. That's where we get into sacrifices and demon summoning.
Right.
None of that is done. Not officially. Behind closed doors, it's a different story. Real blood magic can give you an edge, a leg up against your opponents. It's safe to assume that any mage of rank does it. The rest are quietly shut out of power, to put it bluntly.
No Templar intervention?
You'd think the Templars would object.
I imagine they did, long ago. Once, their investigations might have been sincere. Then their balls were cut off. Too inconvenient. Nowadays, only the friendless are accused. And most of them probably innocent.
No one disagrees?
There must be some mages who oppose this.
Of course. I do. And I'm not entirely alone. Occasionally, there'll be a magister who makes noise. And then the reform talk begins. All very patriotic. Meanwhile, that magister will be quietly shunned. Chances are, surprise, it's learned he was a Maleficar all along. Most learn to keep quiet. Me? I enjoy the allure of pariahhood.
What about slavery?
Anyone who talks about the Imperium mentions slavery. It's the center of the slave trade.
Ah. That is true.
And did you have slaves?
Not personally, but my family does and treats them well. Honestly, I never thought much about it until I came south. Back home, it's how it is. Slaves are everywhere.
So it's common to them. It's not like that here.
Well, we don't have slaves in the south.
In the south, you have alienages, slums,
Right.
both human and elven. The desperate have no way out. Back home, a poor man can sell himself. As a slave, he could have a position of respect, comfort, and could even support a family. Some slaves are treated poorly, it's true. But do you honestly think inescapable poverty is better?
This is too much philosophy that I can handle. Like, I need time to think. At least they have a choice?
At least they're free. They don't have slavery forced on them.
Yeah.
You think people choose to be poor and oppressed?
No.
I don't know what it's like to be a slave, true. I never thought about it until I saw how different it was here. But I suspect you don't know either. Nor should you believe that every tale of Tevinter excess is the norm.
This has been the most interesting conversation I have ever had. Have you seen Alexis?
Have you gone to see Alexius yet? He's in the cells.
Oh, he is?
I saw him before they locked him up. He looked despondent, broken. Not the man I remember, nor the one I want to. I suppose the Inquisition will judge him eventually. I wonder if there's any chance they'll show him mercy. He hardly deserves it, but for Felix's sake. I can't help hoping there's something left of the man I once knew.
Like I said, I'm kind of conflicted now about the Circle of Mages, about the Mages' freedom. There's a lot of different point of views here. I agree and disagree. Anyways, I think this video is getting a bit too long. I'll end it here and I will do the war table in my next video. Thank you so much for joining me today to get Iron Bull. I hope you guys enjoyed that. There was a lot of fun side conversation with Iron Bull, with Sera and Verric. It seems like a good team to have if you want funny dialogues. With that said, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!